Jay in Rockland, California, watching us on freespeech.org. Hey, Jay, what's up?
Hey, Tom. First time caller. I've been listening to, I guess, about almost 10 years. So
Well,
really
thank you.
appreciate your show. Hey, a couple of weeks ago, you had someone on the show that was explaining how CEOs and upper management are able to take stock options.
Right.
I didn't. I kind of got in on the middle of it, and I was trying to explain it to a coworker, and I was, because I got in on the middle of it, I wasn't able to explain it very well.
Right.
So I was hoping you could kind of go over that. And what law actually allowed them to start doing that, and how can we get it reversed?
Okay. I wrote about this in my book, Rebooting the American Dream. And so I just dug the book out to get to see if I can find the actual, there we go. Well, no, I don't have the, I have to read this whole thing here. Bummer.
I might have to get the book.
Yeah. Well, what happened basically was that before the Reagan administration, if you as a company you wanted to compensate an employee with stock, it was not a tax deductible expense to the company to give that stock to that employee. The employees had to buy stock, and including the CEOs, and if you were given stock, it was considered compensation at that moment. And so what happened was in the 80s was the rationale for this thing was there was this group of stockholders, investors, the Carl Icahns of the world, these billionaires who make their money basically buying and selling stocks. And they wanted CEOs to be behaving in a way that would have as their primary focus increasing the price of stocks so that these investors could make more money. And the problem that they had was that the CEOs were making sure that their employees were well paid. They were making sure that the company was doing good things in its community. They were making sure that they had new products in the pipeline, that the products that they were making were well made and served their customers. They were looking out. CEOs historically had a group of different constituents. They had the employees of the company as constituents that they had to answer to. They had the community as constituents they had to answer to. They had the customers as constituents they had to answer to. And they had the stockholders as constituents that they had to answer to. And so the stockholders got together and said, let's change these tax laws so that these CEOs will always put our interests first. And so during the Reagan administration, those tax laws were changed so that companies could give stock options to employees. And an option is basically, we're giving you the right to buy this stock at this price. So let's say you work for me, Jay, and I'm a big bank, and you're a CEO, and I'm on the board of directors, and the stock of our company is selling for $30 a share right now, and we want to give you a big bonus. So we give you 1 million shares, $30 million worth of stock, but it's only an option. So pre-Reagan, you would have had to list that as income right then and there. But now, instead, it's an option, and so it's not considered yours yet. And you wait a year, and you do everything you can with the company. You take the company into the debt marketplace, and you borrow a $500 million, and you buy back your own stock, which reduces the amount of stock in circulation, which raises the value of your stock from $30 a share to, say, $35 a share or $40 a share, and now you got $4 million worth of stock instead of $3 million worth of stock. And then you sell that stock, and like you borrow $3 million, you buy the stock, you exercise your option, and then you immediately sell that stock into the marketplace for the $4 million, and you just made $1 million profit. That $1 million profit, you pay a maximum 25% income on because it's a capital gains profit. And none of that whole process that I just described could not have been done prior to the 1980s. Since the 1980s, now that's pretty much all CEOs focus on. And that's why since 2008, and this is one of the things that we've tracked since 2008, is where is the money that these corporations are borrowing going? Because prior to the 80s, when companies borrowed money, when they issued bonds or they borrowed money directly from banks, they almost always did it in order to expand their operations. Now, what we find is 91% of all the money that was borrowed by companies in the last decade was used for stock buybacks and other manipulations of stock prices. So we've got this insane bubble in the stock market that in part is being fueled by this behavior of CEOs. And they can make more money basically laying off employees and shipping jobs overseas and thus increasing the value of the stock. And that's how it's screwed us.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-536-2370.
And the way to fix that problem is to undo the ability of executives to be compensated with stock options or make the capital gains tax the same as the ordinary income tax.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.